Hey Dreamer please.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be looking at the 27th August event update, and we are getting Sage this update, and some things that I want to talk about, but we'll first look at his skill set. Okay, for his skill set, for his passive, he decreases all damage taken by 50% for 6 turns, decreases poison resist rate for all enemies by 20%, which means even at 100% poison resist rate, there can still be poison because this is something that Sage will reduce. So the max they can have is about 80%, unless they wear the poison resist ring, which I think nobody's gonna do that. And he decreases recovery rate of all allies by 70%. This is not very useful right now because we don't have too much recovery going on, unless this one directly counters the Isabella's Vigor accessory. So if the enemy does have an Isabella's Vigor accessory, this decreased recovery rate will directly nerf it a lot. So for his first skill, he deals 25,000 fixed damage to 3 enemies with the highest physical or magic attack, and also decreases their crit and lethal rate by 50% for 4 turns. So this is quite a big deal because it directly targets the right enemies, the one that deals the most damage to you, and it directly nerfs their crit and lethal rate by 50%. So if you put on passives or allies with increased block rate, that could really help and increase your entire team's bulk. And it's a fixed damage though, and it's probably one of the highest right now in the game. So it looks okay, but we gotta test it out. It only targets 3 enemies, however. For the second skill, it deals 300% to 3 enemies, applies 60% lethal rate and 80% chance to poison. This one does not look too fantastic because it's only to 3 enemies and it deals only 300%. So it's pretty okay. It does have additional lethal rate and 80% chance to poison. I mean, this one we saw it coming because Sage is such a snake user. So poison is definitely gonna be in his skill kit, which is great. And for his awaken skill, he deals AoE damage to 5 enemies, ignore 70% defense, and also has poison magnification if I'm not wrong. So he deals additional damage on poisoned enemies. His effect attack also poisons, and his first stage of exclusive item increases skill cooldown by 30 seconds. I think this is quite a big thing as well, because if you remember, we had Tara, and if you couple him with Tara, your poison inflicting is going to be super high because Tara increases status effect cast rate for magic allies, right? And Tara also has skill cooldown increase, and now we have Sage doing skill cooldown increase. However, for Sage, it's only on the 3 enemies with the highest attack. So you really shut those 3 enemies with the highest attack down, not only just decreasing crit and lethal rate, but also increasing their skill cooldown. So if those 3 enemies do not have skill cooldown increase immunity, then they are effectively going to be locked out. And then we also have his exclusive item at the 3rd stage, which decreases physical attack and defense of all enemies by 10% each turn. So this is a pretty interesting combination. It's not just physical attack and magic attack, so clearly he is going against physical enemies, and he also decreases their defense by 10% each turn, so up to 5 turns. At turn 5, it is the maximum decrease. 50% decrease in defense is insane. Like, no other hero has that amount. Even Colt on her passive, probably just 20 to 30%. So 50% decrease in defense is super insane. Okay, and you have the potential to hit really hard, and this applies to all enemies, so it's not just those 3 we are talking about, which this really needs testing. And then finally, we have a Scenario and Isabella's Vigor as his level 50. So how do you actually get Sage? First off, you get him at day 10 from the check-in. So day 10, keep that in mind because everything seems to be pointing to day 10. Then we have this web event. You have to insert the coupon. And then we have Sage Dungeon. So in the Sage Dungeon, you can actually get poison crystals, and poison crystals can then be used to synthesize for sage. So you need 10 crystals to synthesize for sage. So it apparently says here that you can acquire poison crystal through special dungeon, event check-in, and the shop. However, if you look at the event check-in, there is no sign of them giving any free poison crystal, and in fact you need 10 poison crystals to get 1 sage, right? And there's only a limit of 1 synthesis anyway. So again, day 10, you can only get that copy of sage on day 10. And then we get the weekly event. Okay, at the end of the 2 weeks of weekly event, you get sage as well. However, if you take a look at the week 2 quests, you can definitely do all these within a day. The only thing is the adventure auto clear, which is 300. So for that, you need to use up to 3 days. So again, days 8, 9, 10, day 10. So on day 10, you will be getting level 44 sage, guaranteed, if you do everything properly. Okay, and you know what? Beyond that, I do not find any other way that sage can be gotten. Yeah. So it's actually pretty strange. I don't know where it's, and this patch notes is kind of short, so we actually have to go to, they split it up, so we actually have to go to all these individual links, which is pretty lame. Okay, for the Champions League, which is launched, it will replace Ares Cup and it will run every 4 weeks. I think the top 50 players will get points, champion points. Okay, then the reward at the end of the 4 weeks will be given to all users, okay, which is these 3 substat accessory tickets. Take note that substat accessory tickets means that it can be any accessory, ranging from normal accessory to celestial accessory. Doesn't mean that it is the good accessory, okay? And you also get 200 rubies for sure. So unlike last time the rewards were given depending on the number of correct votes you get, okay? But now there's no such thing, and it will just be given to you for free at the end of every 4 weeks in the name of the champion leader. The thing is, they introduced these amazing costumes which can only be gotten using the champion points. So if you know about Korea server, you know that these I'm sorry about that. So if you know about the Korea server, you know that these costumes were actually given. I'm not sure what was the criteria or whether you can exchange for them, but I know they were in a different PvE mode, competitive PvE mode. Maybe over here they are doing it, you know, such that it's in competitive PvP mode. I don't know exactly how normal players can get these. I mean, it feels impossible, which is very sad, because these costumes are amazing and I've been looking forward to them to come over to the New World server for so long, but it seems like it's almost impossible to get. And I mean, these rewards in the champion shop, okay, they are really good. Like legendary subset stone, seriously. and soul shards, so they are really good. I'm not sure if casual players can really feel that kind of motivation to go for this, because, you know, ultimately it's top 50 players in the entire game, which, you know, is virtually impossible. To be honest, I was thinking something along the lines of top 50 players per tier. At least you tier out the entire reward system so that, you know, people in different ranks, people in different tiers of arena, like gold, silver, maybe not silver, but, you know, at least from platinum or master, you also get champion points, but much lesser. So compared to the legend tier and platinum tier, you know, maybe the points are about, maybe the points in the platinum tier could be about, you know, just 20% of what you get in the champions tier, or you know, even maybe just 5%. Like, you just have to make it super drastic, but not impossible. So right now I feel like it's really only catering to the top 50 players. I mean, it's a step up because last time they only catered to the top 32 players. So now there's 18 more players possible. Well, yeah, so I guess this is something that we wouldn't be enjoying. And we'll go back to the event. This is really bad, okay. I just wish they put everything together. I'm not gonna go through the Guild War and Siege Defense and Heavenly Stairs. We're gonna look at the in-game purchase. Now, if you look at the in-game purchase, you'll realize that Sage actually has a rate up. So I don't know if this is something that was promised, because clearly we were promised, or at least according to his developers notes, that he said that you can get Sage free. Okay, so this is a thing now that he has a rate up. And then what else do we have? We have if you were to look, I actually went to look at the premium purchase and I realized that yeah, he's really not in the purchase packages. At least that's true. But the other 3 copies that you are not getting for free are probably going to come from your pulls, as well as your fusions. Okay, so basically that's where you're getting the other 3. And I don't know where he put the death notes, because there's no more death notes somehow. Yeah, there's really no more death notes. Promotion, seasonal, guild, guide, need to know. Okay. Oh, death notes are here. Yeah, so let's look at the death notes again. He said there'll be Sage, the new hero who can max out level 50 without purchases, which, okay. See here, we are planning for Sage to achieve level 50 through various plays, not through purchasing or summoning. So this is all in black and white, right? So I don't know why there are only 3 copies. I'm also hoping that, you know, maybe over the course of time they will be putting in more copies in, who knows. So this is something that I hope can be clarified, because otherwise it really doesn't seem very fair. Okay. And he also talks about the Champions League here, which which I didn't really pay attention to, because, you know, it's something very exclusive for the top 50 players. And I guess it's only really for the people in the top 50 to get the champion coins. So that's sad, but you know, at least their hard work is being paid off. So yeah, basically this update is just about that. We have Sage. Sage seems interesting. So if you were to pull for Sage, okay, you just need to pull for 3 copies, I think, because there's no word on whether or not he'll be still available after these 2 weeks, whether he will still be given out for free. But you know, as I said, black and white, it was said that he should be able to be made to level 50 without purchasing or summoning. So I'm very confused. I'm also a little disappointed. I hope Dev Kagura can say something, and you know, if you guys want this to be clarified, leave your thoughts in the comments, and also leave your thoughts on the Netmarble forum so that he knows, and hopefully we get this sorted soon. So stay tuned for more videos, stay tuned for my Sage review. I'm not sure if I'm going to be pulling him for now. I'll think about that. But yeah, stay tuned for more guides. Basically, like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much and see you.